Welcome to Entrepreneurial Entrails for some short stories on the guts and glories of being an entrepreneur.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason.
Hey, it's Elizabeth Plouffe with Entrepreneurial Entrails, and this is a Wise Word Wednesday. That's not about a book, but it is about another resource that I absolutely adore that is definitely worth taking a look at. If you are in any way comfortable with graphic design, using Illustrator in particular from the Adobe Creative Suite, then this is a site that you probably already know about. But if you don't, man alive. And if you're not a graphics person but are still looking for inspiration or elements that you can include in some of your marketing materials or whatever, this site is called Freepik, Freepik.com, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I've had a paid membership. I've had a free membership. I'm going to go back to the paid as soon as I can. It's only $10 a month. It's not on my to-do right now, but they have an amazing assortment of graphics, and in particular vector files, so that you can go in and take the file, manipulate it, use it as is, whatever floats your boat. My husband once said to me a few years ago, he said, you don't come up with much, original on your own, but you make other people's stuff so much better, which was really nice. So I've kind of stuck with that. Freepik allows me to create really, really nice professional looking graphics for banners for my SoundCloud account, Facebook business account, which I have to update, any of my marketing materials, the white papers that I create for clients, how to podcast, how to use social media, and some other ones that I'm creating. And one of the reasons I'm recommending this is that, one, you need to get familiar yourself. If you're working with a graphic designer person to create materials for your business, the worst thing that you can do is go in blind and not do any research or educate yourself at all about the process, what's involved, what have you. And that's for a few reasons. One is so that you appreciate the amount of work that goes into not only creating these original files, but then taking those files and manipulating them and using them to create your materials. It takes hours, and I don't care who you are or how long you've been in graphics, depending on what it is, of course, it takes hours because variety of reasons, and I'm going to come back to the value of Freepik in a second, but just from me to you, people who have no understanding of graphics, graphic design, how they work, have no understanding of the value that they're paying for. And by going on a site like Freepik or educating yourself around, learning the Adobe Creative Suite and taking the time to use that effectively, you have a better understanding. More than anything, you have a better understanding of what you're paying for and how valuable that skill is. And the more I go into Freepik and the more I'm able to take advantage of people who are far better at graphics than I am, the more my appreciation grows for those who dedicate their career to creating these amazing things, so that people like me can then take them, turn them into something unique, or just fiddle with them a little bit so that they are more on brand for a client or myself or what have you. So have a look, freepik.com. It's an absolutely amazing site, and I've recommended it to so many people. And there's stock photos, there's Photoshop files, there's icons. Again, the vector files, it's all really a fantastic site, regardless of where you are in your graphic development. It also gives you a lot of great ideas. So if you can type in infographics, and there's a wide variety of things. You can type in education, I'm typing in light bulb right now because I'm pivoting my messaging a bit to focus on the fact that I teach people how to use tools versus holding them hostage to me. And that's a segue that I'd like to take with you as well, because for me to use, small business tip, what a lot of people don't realize is that when you hire a graphic designer to create a file for you, and that could be anything from a logo to marketing material to anything that involves graphics, a lot of graphic designers, no slag intended at all, do not include the original files as part of their project fee to you. What that means is when you are done the project, what you get is a JPEG or a PNG file, many other formats, but JPEG and PNG are the two most common. And you can't make any changes to those files. So once you get them, say it's a 300 by 300 pixel image, if you need to blow that up, for example, if you need to take it from a small logo and then you've decided to create a like a bus bench promotion or bigger, then all you have is that little 300 by 300 pixel. And I was explaining this to a client the other day because I've had to recreate their logo because they bought a business and did not get the original graphics files. And of course, whoever they bought the business from didn't think to ask that either. So now when they go to create signage or they want to make any changes, they want to update it, whatever, there's no way they can do that. And they didn't understand that. So now I've had to recreate it for them, which is a pain in the butt. So if you're a small business owner and you're looking to buy a business and you're taking on all those materials, I'm going to be doing another post about this another day, but make sure to ask if they don't know, have the person that you're buying the business off of, ask them, do they have the original graphic files for the marketing material, for the logo, for all of those pieces of the communication strategy? And if they don't, then you haven't bought the entire business. They need to put you in touch with whoever designed the stuff. And from my perspective would be, they need to then purchase for you the original graphic files so that you're not screwed and having to either pay for them yourself after, unexpected expense, or pay somebody to recreate it for you. So the advantage of using freepik.com, even if you're, moderately resourceful with something like Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign, is that you then will always have the original files for whatever you create. And this can save you tons of time and money later on. But have that conversation. That's the biggest thing. So not only is freepik.com a fantastic resource, but have that conversation with your graphics person. Make sure that the original files are part of the project scope and cost. And if they're not, find out how much that is. And if they are somebody who will not release the original graphics files to you, then from me to you, don't work with that person. What they are doing is holding you hostage to coming back to them because they're the only ones that have them, or they're forcing you to take on the expense of having somebody else create it for you. I don't do that. This isn't a plug for me, but I've spoken to a couple of different graphics people who agree with me that when I do a graphics, marketing material, what have you, for a client, that automatically includes the original files. If you want to come back and work with me again, fantastic. I've got them, you've got them, we're all happy. But if you don't, you want to try somebody else, fantastic. Like it's got to work for you. And you then have those files. So when your new graphics person asks you, what have you got? You're not telling them that you have a JPEG or a PNG with which they can do nothing. You have the AI files, Adobe Illustrator, or you have the Photoshop files, which usually has an ending of PSD or PS, and they can work with those. So that's the Wise Word Wednesday for today. Not a book this time, although more books to come, but this actually might be a Wise Word Friday because I'm working in it. No, I'm going to keep it on Wednesday. Sorry, I'm going all over the place here, but Wise Word Wednesday. So freepik.com, check it out, have a look. It's got amazing stuff. It does have some Shutterstock, just FYI. It does have some Shutterstock promotion within it. I find that a bit of a pain in the butt, so I tend to stick with what's on Freepik. Pay attention to the fact that you do have to credit if you're using a free account, if it's going up on your website. And honestly, it's worth the $10 a month, even for 1 month, and then just go mental and download a whole bunch of stuff. They do come down in a zip file, so you will need to extract them. So that's a bit of a thing to watch out for. But anyway, that's it for today. To sum it up, if you're buying a business, make sure that part of the communication strategy that you're purchasing for the business includes the graphic files for your marketing material, logos, etc. If you're working with a graphics person, make sure that the original files are part of the scope of the project and the fee for the project. And if you're looking for great graphic stuff, go have a look at freepik.com. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Get your creative on. Go visit this site, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Little cars that go beep, beep, beep. They got